Good evening and welcome to Armstrong Junior Senior High School for the regular season finale for both the boys and girls basketball programs here at Armstrong. My name is Joe Rhodes. Joining me tonight is Logan Vadek. We will be bringing you the action here as the first game about to tip off here in about 2 minutes. It's going to be Gateway versus Armstrong. Armstrong obviously already clinched a playoff berth. Their seeding and their next game already been announced earlier this afternoon, and it was announced the Riverhawks will face Woodland Hills next Tuesday here at the Hawks Nest. So certainly, I want to say a first, I think, in Armstrong history as far as hosting a playoff game, Logan.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that one.
So kind of a neat thing here in 2023. It's kind of been elusive, I guess you could say, for these Armstrong basketball programs. But here in, again, 2023, they will get a chance to host a playoff game. On the flip side of things for the Armstrong boys, unfortunately, this will be it tonight. We will not get a chance to watch any more Riverhawks boys basketball games this season. And that will be the end of the career for several seniors, including Caden Olson. A season that really started out with a lot of promise for those guys, getting off to a really nice win streak. But once that section schedule came and the difficulty that section presented, Logan, it certainly challenged the Riverhawks, and as a result, they will be watching the playoffs from home.
Yeah, like you said, the Hawks came out to a hot start to start the season, but they really came back from Christmas break cold after that West Virginia tournament, and it slowed down hard.
That's a great point. You talk about that West Virginia tournament. You might have thought that it would maybe propel the Riverhawks, maybe give them a little bit of a boost, going so far away and such an unfamiliar place and having the success they did. But really the opposite result was the case for the Riverhawks. But good things happening for this girls program, certainly down the stretch. Beating some quality teams and getting a share of that section title.
Yeah, that's huge.
As a result of some big wins against those section foes and some of those heavyweights within the Class 5A Section 2 ranks. So Riverhawks kind of peaking at the right time. That's what you want to see. You want to see your team playing their best here in the dog days of February, and certainly tonight will be a kind of a tune-up game for them and hopefully more progression in the direction they've been going.
Yeah.
We're going to hand it over to Jake Canish, the public address announcer, and we'll be back for starting lineups here on High Top Sports Network. Stay tuned. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem, Logan, but not as good as Chris Stapleton's, which made Nick Sirianni cry.
It did, in fact, make Coach Nick cry. Big fan of country music over here, so getting to see Stapleton perform the national anthem was amazing.
I, too, am a big Chris Stapleton fan. I recently discovered he's going to be on tour and coming to Pittsburgh this summer, so I'm going to try to get some tickets.
Aren't we all?
I have a very diverse musical taste.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you name it, I probably like it all over the map. So first up will be the visiting Gators of Gateway. Nayla Jordan, the junior, 5'6" guard. Next up, number 3, Jayla Oliver, the senior, 5'5" guard. Kendall Andonisio, the junior, 5'9" guard forward. Next up is Marina Grado, number 23, senior. And last but not least, Mia Johnson, the senior. So one thing jumps off the page to me, Logan, when you look at this roster, all juniors and seniors.
Wow. I just noticed that too.
That there are how many girls on this roster? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10,
16.
16.
Wow.
And every single one. That's a first for me. Now up for
7 seniors, 9 juniors.
The Riverhawks are next. I can assure you that they have some sophomores and freshmen on their roster, Logan.
They do.
First up, the guard, the 1,000-point scorer, Emma Paul.
That's getting used to saying that.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be a lot more than that here soon.
Yeah.
Next up, Kyla Fitzgerald, the terrific forward for the Hawks, wearing number 12, junior. Number 21, Bella Yancey. Lone starter, which is a senior, Olivia Yancey. Number 22, the St. Vincent bound product. And last but not least, the other forward for the Hawks will be joining Fitzgerald down low, Callie Allensworth, wearing number 32. So those are your starting lineups here on High Top Sports Network, sponsored by Ryan Bowser State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there, and it always is.
That's right.
Also want to thank our scoreboard sponsor tonight, Logan, of course, UFP Parker.
Yeah.
Great loyal sponsor to High Top Sports Network, regardless of the season or sport. We appreciate their support of High Top Sports Network. Make sure if you're looking to find a career, not just a job, and you're in the market for such, to visit them. Visit UFPI Careers on their website. Again, it's an environment that really wants to nurture and help you kind of discover your best and become your best, and not just, again, be a job, but a career. So make sure you visit UFPI.com and look for the Careers tab. It'll be Fitzgerald to take the tip for the Riverhawks against, I believe it's number 30, Mia Johnson. It is indeed, and the tip won by the Riverhawks. Fitzgerald turns, fires to Emma Paul, who puts it up and in. So nice little play there for the Riverhawks. Score easily on their first play.
It's nice to start a game off with an easy layup like that.
Heads-up play there by Allensworth to kind of turn quickly and find the streaking Paul. And there's Allensworth again. I think she knocked that off 21. She did indeed. So ball back to the Riverhawks. I said to you, Logan, when we sat down, it's a different feel to it. When basketball season starts, you're coming in, it's dark and it's cold. And it's still cold here as Gateways starts in the zone and ball tipped away. Finish my thought here after this layup attempt. No good. Rebounded by 3 Riverhawks, but Bella Yancey comes out with it, and Emma Paul gets the outlet pass. But the sun was still up when I got here today.
It was beautiful out.
A sign. Nice bounce pass there by Paul to find Fitzgerald on the block. Riverhawks take a 4-0 lead. But a sign that spring is amiss, or excuse me, is coming up, I guess you could say. And you're a baseball player, certainly the baseball and softball season, track.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All of those things upcoming here. When I'm hearing a lot of birds too.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan of warmer weather. I could.
Me too.
Do without. I could do without the winter. So an early spring would be very welcome by me.
Oh yeah.
Double team, nice bounce pass, but Paul, sorry.
Way to read the pass.
Yeah. When we talk about all these attributes that Emma Paul has, one thing that maybe might be one thing we don't talk about enough is her vision. Nice shot from the corner.
What a start for the Riverhawks.
Yeah, picture perfect.
You know, one thing that we've noticed from this Riverhawk team is they've gotten a lot better with the cross-court pass. That was something they had to work on at the beginning of the season, but they've done a tremendous job.
Ooh, looked like the drive there, which was by number 23, Marina Grado. Looked like she might have leaned in a little bit on that, but instead they called a foul against Fitzgerald. So Grado will go to the line and shoot too. But sorry, Logan, what were you saying there? I lost my train of thought. Which happens often.
Just complimenting the Riverhawks on their cross-court pass.
Yeah.
They've picked it up a lot.
Yeah, you make a great point because as Grotto knocks down the first, I think overall, as a whole, this team has gotten better with passing the basketball.
Oh, yeah.
You see forwards like Allensworth in that very first play of the game.
Yeah.
You know, forwards not necessarily going to be known for their passing, but I think just collectively, not just with the cross-court, but I just think as a whole.
As a whole, they grew.
Yeah. And I think that's, indicative with the wins that you've seen here in these in the later stage of the season as Paul finds Fitzgerald on the block for another basket, make it 9-1 Riverhawks. But I think the success you've seen from Armstrong is due in part to that great passing that you brought up, Logan.
Yeah.
Paul able to track down the board and the quick three-point shot. Riverhawks back with the basketball. 5:50 left here in the first quarter. Riverhawks lead 9-1. No field goals yet by the Gators. Well, I will say I like their uniforms a whole heck of a lot.
Oh, they're pretty. I like the gold.
I do too. I just like the green as well.
Yeah.
It's a different shade of green.
Is that green? Are you sure that's green?
That's 100%. You don't know what their school colors are?
It's
well, I guess they're black.
Our paper says black and gold.
It does. I think that's green. I could be wrong. As Fitzgerald turns face and puts up a shot, that's a beautiful play for a forward.
Yeah, it
playing
is.
that high post. That's what you want to see. Quick turn and face. She had the open jumper, and she puts it up and in. So the high shooting percentage the Riverhawks started with is continuing as they force another turnover. Little runner by Paul, up, back rim, no good. Fitzgerald comes down with it. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot two. Excuse me. It looks green.
It does. I can see where you're coming from.
It's like the green in your hat. Like, is your hat green? The back of
yeah,
see,
I know what you mean.
It's like that same color.
Yeah.
It's like a military green almost.
Almost.
And they are Gators, so it makes sense. First shot rattles out. Fitzgerald with one more upcoming here. 5:12 remaining in the first quarter.
6 of their 11 to start the game. She's got 2 layups and that nice little jumper.
Able to knock down the second. Yeah, that's a good sign. You want to get her clicking on all cylinders as you invite Woodland Hills here on Tuesday for the playoff opener.
Yeah.
Nice step back there, but no good. Bella Yancey able to come up with the basketball. So, again, the cold spell by the Gators, no field goals, continues. So Yancey does a little shot fake, tries to drive through traffic, and able to draw the foul. Ball will be another signal towards the sideline there, but a 30-second timeout, I believe. Yep, 30 seconds by the Gators of Gateway. So we're going to take a quick break here on High Top Sports Network. We'll be right back for more first quarter action on HTSN.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
You know how many points he has?
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Logan and I trying to figure out point totals for people. Wonder about good old Jack Valasek. This nice shot he has, and got to be racking up the points here, getting playing time as a younger fellow.
Yeah. It's nice to see him get going in those games, too. It's so much fun watching him shoot.
Oh, yeah, he's just one of those guys that you like watching him shoot.
Exactly. Like, I remember we'd go to practice, and he'd be in there early, just doing every kind of shot you can think. It's like watching Kobe Bryant. Like, he's in there an hour before, he's in there after. He's putting in all these different kind of shots, and you see it in the game. He really does. He has a knack for it.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but had the knack for it. I thought you were talking about Kobe.
No.
This Paul knocks down the three.
Speaking of threes, there's another one.
I was going to say. Jack, I was going to say, well, of course, Jack's dad been a terrific basketball player in his own right.
Yeah.
I tend to put history. I shared this with you. I put little history tidbits in the paper as that shot rattles out, but an offensive board by Gateway, much needed there. Little runner in the lane, up and good. Nice shot there by Mia Johnson, finally getting that field goal streak out of the way.
Yeah.
But I was saying about Ben, I put in the paper the other day, a game I think he had 20-point game, I want to say. But the writer of that story, very complimentary of him, basically saying in the story, doing what he does, which means, obviously consistent player, always going out there and putting up big numbers. And
Yeah.
it was crazy. The story, that particular story, not to get too off track here, was it was written the day that they deconsolidated Armstrong Central. So it was the day it was announced that they were going to be going back to Ford City and Katanning.
Wow.
And they, so it was a really interesting story in that respect. But didn't phase Ben Valsek as he had a great game that night.
Yeah.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Gators. Excuse me. Shot there. No foul called, but Yancey trying to get it out to a streaking DiGregorio, who's going to be wide open for a layup, but instead ball tipped away, brought back, but nothing doing as Gateway turns it right back over on a travel. So really a case of missed opportunities on a couple instances here tonight for Gateway.
Yeah, slow start for them overall.
They're not having the best of years. Obviously, playing in a very tough conference are the Gators.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Nice little shot fake there. Stop, pop, no good. Blocked, but able to corral it was Kyla Fitzgerald, who heady play there and throws it off the defender's leg, so it stays here. Emma Paul to inbound. Veteran referee Paul Tatarko there to hand it over, and somehow, some way, that ball deflected out by the Gators will stay here. So Emma Paul nearly turning it over there, but luck was on her side. Lob pass, Fitzgerald up off the glass and good.
That was a weird setup.
It was indeed, but you've seen a couple times here in this game so far, Logan. They like to lob it into Kyla.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the way she feels most comfortable, maybe receiving it.
Yeah, she does a nice job taking the lob like that.
There's another one kind of up high, puts the ball on the ground, little power dribble up and in. So I think that puts her into double figures already.
Does.
Wow, so we have 2 minutes left in the first, and she's already up to 11 points, is Kyla Fitzgerald. So, again, you're seeing some unselfishness by the Riverhawks to kind of get her the ball, and it's almost like the Riverhawks feel what we said earlier, that you need to get her going and really want to see her confident in playing her best as these playoffs approach. There's Fitzgerald with a nice board, outlet to Liv Yancey, forward to Emma Paul. 19-3 the score, and there's Paul finding Sarai Weaver on the right block, so she puts up the shot, but is fouled, so she'll go to the line and shoot two, Logan. Yeah. Again, the good passing. We mentioned it early in this quarter.
Yeah, it's been tremendous tonight.
I feel like in that particular play there, you hardly saw the ball put on the floor. And
no.
It's almost like a three-man weave the whole way down the court.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of facilitating right now. And it's Gateway's kind of lost.
Olivia Yancey's going to take a break for the Riverhawks. In comes Marlo Mellish. No good. And the whistle blows. Maybe a lane violation. It is indeed. So it looked like somebody from the Gateway side entered a bit too quickly.
Yep.
And for those that didn't hear, and makes the most of her second opportunity, does Weaver. She's going to take a seat. In comes Allensworth. But for those that might have joined us later, did not hear, the Riverhawks, the higher-seeded team, they'll host Woodland Hills in this very gym a week from today. Or no, I'm sorry, not a week from today, a week from tomorrow. Yeah.
Excuse me.
So good things happening for this Armstrong team that really playing their best basketball here in February, and as a result, share that section title. Allensworth clogs up the passing lane there and able to pick that one off, but the Riverhawks share of that section title, and we'll have a home playoff game for the first time as a result. Allensworth spin up, no good, and grabbed by Johnson. Another board for her. So 20-3 your score, nearly a steal there by DiGregorio. Less than a minute to play, 51 seconds to be exact. Shot from the corner, almost banking that one in from a very difficult position.
That was a very difficult shot.
With 40 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Zone defense once again by the Gators. Using that 2-3 to hopefully clog up the paint. And a nice job there by DeGregorio to take that sharp pass that was thrown as trying to deflect it off of her and out of bounds, but good hands. And a push there is a nice little step-through move used by Nyla Jordan. Or Nayla Jordan. I apologize.
Jordan's
first shot good by Jordan. Now 3 fouls apiece for both teams here with 15 seconds remaining first quarter. That one, not sure who that went against, Logan. I didn't get a good look.
I believe Mellish, if I'm not mistaken.
Second shot no good. Rebounded by Allensworth. 12 seconds to go. Paul with the basketball. 8 seconds left. Paul following that Mellish screen. She's going to reverse it to Mellish. Only 2 seconds left. Mellish is going to have to pull from deep. And no good. We always have an interesting view from up here. You don't know what's online or not.
It always looks on.
Yeah, it does. And I thought for a second that Mellish's heave was going to go in, but it wasn't meant to be. And Riverhawks aren't going to complain, though, because they own a 20-4 lead here after quarter number 1.
What a start for the Riverhawks.
Yeah, picture perfect, really. The shooting percentage great. The passing, as you mentioned, Logan, early on, looking terrific. And the defense not too shabby. And I really can only remember 1, maybe 2 second chance opportunities on the offensive glass for Gateway. And that's something that certainly you want to limit. It can have a big bearing on the game. If you're giving up an offensive rebound to your opponent often, the result's not going to usually turn out too well for you.
Yeah, no. Armstrong's done a really good job of forcing tough shots and not giving them extra opportunities.
Yeah, and it kind of tying into the good pass or the strong passing we've seen from that you brought up, Logan. They're not holding on to the ball quickly. You're seeing whenever they get these rebounds, they're looking for the outlet man. They're getting it out to that person quickly. That person's already has their head down court looking for someone else. And that's really one big thing that's standing out to me right now about this particular game is that fundamentally these Riverhawks have been pretty much spot on and doing everything from rebounding well, boxing out well, passing the basketball well. And boy, oh boy, that's a welcome sight, as we mentioned a couple times with the playoffs upon us.
Yeah. I'm excited for next week.
Me too.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's a fun time of year.
It is fun.
I love basketball. I know I get excited for basketball season as a whole, but this time of year, when you get to see the best play the best, and some of these players going into their last game for some of these seniors, for instance, it's a special time of year.
Yeah, it is.
Not to mention we did the Cager Classic last year, and that's another part of this season that I really enjoy, and imagine we'll be back there doing that again this year.
Yep.
Turn there, and the right idea, but over the head of its intended target, number 13. Excuse me again, Denasia James. And so the Riverhawks will yet again force another turnover and have the possession, leading 20-4 here, just underway in the second quarter. Fitzgerald, tough shot there, but Paul able to get the offensive rebound. Gets it over to Yancey, now dump back down to Allensworth. She likes that spin dribble. You saw her kind of setting up for it, but dribbles it off her foot and turns it over. Nice step through there. What a pretty play. A little bit of hesitation. Using that step through was number 23, Marina Grotto. Is it Grotto or Grado? I'm going to go with Grotto. Grado?
I'd say Grotto.
And a turnover by the Hawks. So the Gators looking to score on consecutive possessions for the first time here all night after that nice take a moment ago by Grado. I think that's what Jake Cantor said. I'm going to trust his word.
Yeah, I'll take his word on this one.
There she is again. That was a tough shot. When your momentum's carrying you towards that baseline like that and you're trying to lay it softly off the glass, that's really tough, but good attempt nonetheless by Grado. And 2-3 zone defense once again by the Gators here. 6:35 left, second quarter.
Good
cross-court pass. Paul shot fake, gets past Grado, comes to a jump stop, down to Allensworth, spins up. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line now and shoot two. Again, Emma Paul with an excellent pass, the program's all-time leader in assists. A nice dish right there.
Yeah, it was.
It's a fourth foul against Gateway. And Logan, I feel like there's been a lot of trips to the free throw line here already tonight.
Yeah, good amount. We got, 4 to 3 fouls?
Yeah, I feel like there's been more. For just 7 fouls total.
I think they've all been shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen like
at least 5 of them.
Anything in the open court or one of those frustration fouls you get.
Yeah.
The opponent gets the rebound, you start reaching in at the opposite end of the court. Sarah Weaver's going to come in now for Callie Allensworth, and Armstrong they add to their lead. Allensworth going 1 for 2 at the free throw line. There's a drive, but blocked.
Nice block
by Kyla Fitzgerald. And it looked like Johnson had a step there, but closing quickly was Kyla Fitzgerald. Obviously, this is taking absolutely positively nothing away from the importance of Emma Paul, but you could make a case that Kyla Fitzgerald could be I guess the term would be X factors. Grado. We'll figure it out. Try to step through there. We'll get there. But, back to my point, the biggest X factor for this team entering the playoffs could be Kyla Fitzgerald as Paul pulls the NBA three. Second chance opportunity. Nice board there by Sarai Weaver. What a luxury. Speaking of bigs and forwards, from one forward to another, talking about Kyla Fitzgerald and Sarah Weaver. What a luxury it is to have her coming off the bench.
It is. They have a great rotation between those two and Allensworth.
Not going to find too many teams that have 3 forwards with that kind of skill set and size. Yeah. They're very fortunate for it. There's another block by Fitzgerald. Great anticipation there, Logan. (23-6) the score. Paul, a little bit of traffic there. He gets knocked down, kicks it out to Yancey. No good. Loose ball, and that one's going to be fumbled out of bounds on the baseline there, and it'll stay here with the Riverhawks. 4:54 remaining in quarter number 2. And a timeout taken. So we too will take a timeout here on High Top Sports Network to thank one of our wonderful sponsors. Make sure you check our sponsors out. Again, they are the ones that allow you to watch this for free. That's right. Bring you this action all season long. So thank you to Nicola. Thank you to Nicola and Photography.
Professional photographer with studio locations in Katanning and Lawrenceville, specializing in newborns, children, senior photos, families, and sports teams. Give her a call today at 724-388-8949.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching.
And welcome back, Logan Badek. Joe Rhodes, Logan sharing with me that this song reminds him of the Chipmunks movie, of which I replied, I've never seen
Joe. Come on, the people don't need to know that.
They need to know it.
Come on.
We got to bring him behind the curtain here, man.
There isn't much to tell.
Is it a good movie?
I mean, I'd give it a solid 6.5.
I'm not a big movie guy, believe it or not.
Really?
No.
I mean,
when I say I love sports, I really do. As Di Gregorio,
what a start from the timeout.
Yeah. Again, the hot shooting for Armstrong continuing here in the second quarter. Di Gregorio, I think it was her first shot attempt, able to knock it down from range. That one poked away by Yancey. Paul gets it. Numbers for Riverhawks. She's going to Paul, that is, dishes it off to Yancey, rewards her for the steal. And
I'm really liking this press that Armstrong's in right now.
yeah, for sure. Lead up to 22
Nice
points.
full court man. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, full court man, and right there, probably the best it's looked. But right when I say that, a hand on the basketball finds Sarai Weaver. Now Armstrong will have another opportunity at it. These turnovers really starting to mount for these Gators. Yeah, I recently went and saw Avatar 2.
Did you like it?
I never saw Avatar 1, so I was very lost.
I think I'm just going to wait for Avatar 2 to come out on DVD because I need to rewatch the first one.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was cool. I
appreciated
what was happening, I think.
Nice
board by DiGregorio. She gets it back, and that one's dribbled off her shin, I believe. Good job by number 3 for the Gators to get a hand in there and force that. That was Jayla Oliver. Yeah, I took my 8-year-old. We've never gone to a movie because he can't sit for long periods of time. God love him, but he can't.
That's 8-year-olds for you.
It is. I mean, you know how long Avatar 2 is?
Oh, it wasn't it. Was it 3 hours?
Oh, it's long. I was actually, believe it or not, the one that said it's time to go.
Wow.
Not the 8-year-old.
Wow.
So no good in the shot there. Another board, and again, Armstrong really limiting the second chance opportunities by Gateway. The loose ball. Grado tying it up with Mellish. I think if I would have seen the I definitely want to go see the first movie now. Yeah. It leaves you wondering because you know there's a backstory and you know it's probably good.
Nice steal by Mellish there.
Indeed, nice steal. Mellish getting into the act. Picks the pocket of Johnson and finishes it herself. And the lead by Armstrong just growing by the possession.
Another turnover.
Another turnover.
You know, while we're on the subjects of movies, would you believe it? I've seen, I don't want to say I've seen a lot of movies. I've seen a good bit.
Okay.
For a 16-year-old, but
okay.
I've only ever not liked one movie.
Really?
Like,
how's that even possible?
Okay, like, I've watched a movie and I said, well, if that's the only thing I could watch, I'd watch it again, like just to watch. But
all right, that movie, you're leaving everybody here in suspense. What movie are we talking?
The movie was the new. It was called Gretel and Hansel. It was like a remake. It was
it Hansel and Gretel?
Yeah, it was called Gretel and Hansel. It was like a remake from it was like right before COVID. Terrible movie.
What about it? Because if you only hate one movie, it had to be just absolutely horrendous.
It was terrible. The whole plot was stupid. I mean, the characters weren't interesting at all.
There's that press again by the Riverhawks, forcing another turnover. Yeah, Paul finding Fitzgerald. But the plot was dumb?
It was dumb. It was, I don't know. It was creepy. Like for.
Reach and foul there on the Fitzgerald, who grabs another board. What's she up to as far as rebounds, Logan?
She is at 6.
6, so she's well on her way to a double-double, I imagine. Again, I don't go to the movie theaters. I went recently to watch Avatar 2. Again, no idea what was going on. I'm kind of adding things together, context clues as you're taught as a young person in your reading classes. And, I could do that. But recently, and your people out there might know what movie I'm talking about. There's a movie in theaters right now, and the commercials are out right now as Allensworth is hit hard, and she's going to go to the line and shoot too. But a movie that's in theaters right now, I don't think I can say the title on the air. I'd probably not want to. It talks about a bear.
I see.
A bear that ate something that it shouldn't have. But I really want to see that movie.
The movie sounds stupid, but the bear sounds like a hoot.
I'm amazed that it's based on a true story that got.
Is it really?
But then they fabricated the fact that the bear went wild and started, ravenously eating people, which I don't think was a part of it. I think it pretty much ate that substance that we're not going to name.
No.
And its heart exploded. So there really wasn't much.
So that makes more sense.
There was little suspense. But I still want to see it.
I might have to.
Really, the only time I have to go is Allensworth knocks down one of two. I think the only time I really have to go, because I work a lot, or my weekends and my time spent with my little boy, but I don't know if I would be looked at well by other parents if I took my son to see that movie.
You know, the parents of today might call you a bad parent, but I know my mother would get a laugh out of it.
See, there you go. I just want my son to be cultured, that's all.
Yeah. That's all you can want for your kids.
Riverhawks again, that great passing on your screen there a moment ago, forcing a turnover and just great diagonal passing by the Riverhawks led to another easy bucket. Lead continuing to swell.
29.
Up to 29, so we might get a running clock here at one point or another if Riverhawks
in the first half. Wow.
Continue. I think it's, what, 35 or 30?
Is it 30? I thought it was 30. Might be 30.
Probably right. Not a numbers guy. I've said this many, many times. Not a movies guy either.
No.
I am a music guy, though. I do like my music.
I can appreciate a good tune.
Nice little shot there in the lane. A little sideways runner by Maya Jones, Jr. Yancey's going to pop a three. Wow. That's good. The future Bearcat able to knock down the tray. Lead up to 30 now. And a travel called by half-century-long referee Bob Mervis.
Wow, 50 years.
It's 52, I think.
Holy
52
cow.
or 53 now. Yeah, he's been reffing since I was like negative 25, something like that. No, I'd be less than that. Again, I'm not a math guy. Don't pretend to be. Don't. I'm okay with it too. I have other great attributes.
It's true.
A fabulous smile, for instance.
You do have a nice smile.
Yep, thank you. Been told that several times. So another trip to the free throw line for the Riverhawks, and now the foul's really starting to mount for Gateway here.
They're piling up.
It was a second ago. It was 3-3, and there's 4 consecutive fouls for Gateway without Armstrong committing one themselves. And that's one thing jumping out again, Logan, is the fact that the Riverhawks only 3 fouls in this half.
Yeah, they've done a really good job on the defensive end. As we see what that press has worked to perfection so far.
And another lane violation by Gateway. Second such instance of that here with 36 seconds remaining. It gives Sarah Weaver, I think, was at the line last time that happened.
Yeah, she was.
And here she goes. She makes the most of that situation, knocks down the free throw, and the lead up to 31. 39-8. 3, no good. Rebounded by Weaver. Weaver finds Paul. 23 seconds left here in the first half. Riverhawks, a little bit of a tune-up before their WPIAL playoff opener next Tuesday here at home against the Wolverines of Woodland Hills. Can you imagine the Riverhawks will probably, I would guess Coach Caliper is going to try to schedule a little scrimmage or something here.
I assume so.
Ooh, nice hesitation by Paul. Gets in the lane, up. Got fouled, but no call. And that's how things will conclude here in the first half of play. Your score, the Armstrong Riverhawks 39, and the Gateway Gators, who we still don't know whether or not they're wearing green uniforms.
Those are black.
8. No, their sleeves are black. Look at those sleeves.
That's an undershirt. That's a different color of black. That's a different shade.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to go down there
and
solve this right now. I'm going to go ask them what color that is. It sure looks green to me.
It's like charcoal.
Can you don't have, do you have your remote control? Yeah. We're going to zoom in here.
Are we going to zoom here?
We're going to, you go ahead.
Get it?
Yeah, sure
right.
Sure with the folks there.
Where's the zoom?
There.
Oh, we're getting there.
Oh, we're getting there. That's green, my man.
There's no way that is green.
One of my best physical attributes besides that great smile we spoke of a moment ago is my vision. Oh, man, look at that. That's green. That's 100%.
That cannot be green.
That's green.
I want to go.
Somebody tweet at us?
Can somebody
at at _sports?
I mean, I will interrupt their little halftime discussion here, and I will ask.
That's 100%. Do we need binoculars or something? Do you need glasses? Do you wear glasses?
I'm currently in my contacts in, but
there you go.
They've been in for probably a week and a half.
I don't wear anything.
Really?
No. I have great vision.
My vision's terrible.
I have Ted Williams-esque vision.
That is my favorite baseball player ever. I love that you said that.
My favorite non-pirate of all time.
There's a reason I wear number 9.
I say the best swing ever. Many say Ken Griffey Jr.
Easily.
It's a very repeatable swing.
It is. I'm like a right-handed hitter, right? But I was messing around, hitting off the tee left-handed. What's the word? Mimicked his swing. I started hitting missiles up the middle.
Tell you what, it's so hard for, you bring up something interesting, it's so hard for a righty or a lefty for that matter to mimic a swing of the opposite side. Like if you're going to try to do Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing.
It's so much fun.
But there's so many things about Ted Williams, and that's the thing I don't think people realize about Ted Williams. His greatest attribute, it's not even a question, I think, is his vision.
Oh, yeah,
and that's why he was such a great pilot that people forget. He had so many missions.
Pilot in World War II and the Korean War.
And, and the crazy part about him, if you look at that stretch where he went to war.
It was in his prime.
It was in the middle of his prime, and he came back and picked up right where he left off. And baseball, as you know, is one of those sports where I think unlike other sports, like basketball, even you name it, I think baseball is the hardest sport to take time off of.
It is.
And jump back into.
Yeah.
I think by far.
You got to think, he was 41.
He's flying, fighter pilot missions.
So he debuted in 39. 1941 as like a 22-year-old. He hits 406. Last guy ever to hit 400.
Yep. The last time we're ever going to see it again.
Yeah, ever.
Because the batting title nowadays, you're hitting 305.
Like 312. I think Jeff McNeil hit 320 for the Mets, maybe.
Wow. I knew it wasn't great.
And then he had a Triple Crown season in 42. Or no, excuse me. I don't believe he did. And then leaves for 3 years to fight in World War II. Comes back, puts up 2 MVP seasons. And then another, 3 years later, boom, you're going to the Korean War.
Yeah, and if you look at his numbers, I think I'm trying to pull up my Facebook here. Oh, gosh, I'm terrible with passwords. But I always post, if I see something Ted Williams, because I follow a lot of baseball pages. Yeah. If I see something Ted Williams related, because usually it's awesome, it's a really obscure stat, I try to share it. But I think it was the 2 years after he came back, I think he won a batting title, and the year after that. Keep in mind, I think he was, how old when he came back from I think he missed age 23 to 25. I thought it was a little later. I thought it was 25 to 29 or something like that.
Well,
we're looking this up.
It was 43 to 45
for all those Ted Williams fans
for World War II, and then he missed either 51 and 52 or 52 and 53 for the Korean War.
All right, so that's insane. So his first, he played in what?
39 to 60.
4 different decades. Wow, no, that's 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, 4 different decades, first of all. It is green. Gators are green. Thank you.
Well, obviously Gators are green, but I don't think.
Yes,
I don't know.
Those are green uniforms. They're a very nice shade of green. We've already complimented. We don't have to. It's a lot. They're lovely uniforms. I really do like them, genuinely.
I'm definitely going to have to go get a closer look after this game.
Yeah,
because
you don't have Ted Williams-esque
I don't see the green. I mean, you can watch me ahead, I do, but other than that.
So, yeah, Ted Williams' final season, for instance, he had 29 dingers.
You know why he played in 1960?
Why?
He said he wanted to finish his career with a 300 season.
And did he do that? I don't know.
He did in 1960, but in 59 he hit under 300, I think, in the 280 area.
All right, so yeah, here we go. He missed 43, 44, and 45, and he was you're right, 24, 25, and 26 seasons. So we're both kind of right. We split the difference.
Yeah.
Then played 27 to the age 41. Best season, so this is after war, was his age 30 season. A lot of his
that was a Triple Crown season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. That was, he batted, 343 it looks like.
Good Lord.
Yeah, 343. Here's a little stat line, and we'll get off the Ted Williams talk, because people are probably just out there wondering why we're talking about an old baseball player in the middle of a girls' basketball game. But age 30 season, bat 343, excuse me. 343 with... Sorry, I'm right on the edge of being able to not have to scroll back and forth. Those are 39 doubles, 3 triples, 43 home runs.
Does it say 159 RBIs?
It does. Your eyes do not deceive you.
Does that say 490 on base?
I think what's even more impressive, his rookie year, he had 145 RBIs as a rookie.
Hitting 320.
Unreal. then he's just going to go have like more successful missions than any other pro athlete ever. Because they're Warren Spahn. He flew in World War II. There are a couple athletes that.
And then Bob Feller was in the, I believe he was in the Navy.
Yeah.
And DiMaggio served in the, was it the Army?
They all just saw what Ted Williams was doing and wanted to be like him. But
it's funny. I have a lot of free time in school, so I took the averages of what his career would look like. I did the numbers all myself, and I simulated a career where he didn't have to serve and didn't miss any time. And I don't have the exact numbers all in my head, but it was like 670 home runs compared to his like 521.
Yeah, 521. Good call.
He would have beat Hank Aaron in RBIs, and he still would have had the best on-base percentage of all time. So, like, he's actually in the conversation for best of all time if he doesn't have to serve.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he is already, but.
And I think he had the option to come back sooner.
Yeah.
But he,
because he didn't miss the full seasons during the Korean War.
Well, yeah, that was, excuse me, that was 52, I believe, because he only played 12 or 6 games that season.
Yeah.
But anyways, enough about that. Ted Williams, we both agree, my favorite non-Pittsburgh Pirate of all time.
My favorite ever. Big Red Sox guy.
I'm a big Tony Womack guy.
Tony Womack.
Second baseman. I think he led the league in stolen bases in 1998 for the Pirates that decided to put red in their uniform because they thought that was cool.
That was very weird.
It was very weird. I was a big fan of those Pirates. I was at the Francisco Cordova Ricardo Rincon no-hitter game.
Really?
Yep. I was sitting probably like 5 seats away from where the Mark Smith home run landed.
Wow.
Yep. Lots of great Pirate stories, especially at Three Rivers. I was just a young tyke, and my mom would just let me go. Like, change of times. Like, I would just go off on my own.
You know what's sad? I had a baseball tournament. My entire family went to the game, like the one game Andrew McCutcheon got ejected from. Do you remember that? Like when he lost his crap at home plate?
I don't actually.
They were playing the Dodgers, and it was like 2017, I think, and they just lost it.
Well, there, folks, there you have it. A little bit of your baseball fill for the day.
Yeah.
Look, we could talk baseball. I love baseball.
I could talk baseball for the rest of my life.
Oh, man, that'd be really ironic. I'm trying to figure out my password. Anywho, second half about to begin here. Score 39-8 Armstrong in front of Gateway. Really, Armstrong in control here thus far. Really in all facets of the game, Logan, we talked about. You first brought up the passing, which I think has been maybe the biggest thing to stand out. Also, too, we mentioned the lack of second chance opportunities for
I like
the Gators.
We never really finished the thought, but I liked what you were saying about Fitzgerald really being an X factor for this team coming playoff time.
Yeah, that's not to take anything away from Emma Paul.
And I agree with you. But
she might be the single most important player.
Yeah, you know what Paul's going to do day in and day out, but having Fitzgerald on is so huge for this team.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of Emma Paul, only 5 points. But you know
she's
what?
done a lot of assisting tonight.
Yeah, I bet she has more assists than she has points right now. And
I'd
I'm
agree.
sure she's
sure.
Knowing the kind of player that Emma Paul is, I'm sure she's completely fine with that as well. Yeah. Because I think she sees the bigger picture. And again, I think that's, getting Kyla Fitzgerald, more reps and more confidence and just getting more comfortable in the post.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure about Woodland Hills. I just found out about this matchup when I got here. So I'm not sure about what kind of size they have or what the kind of post presence they have, but certainly we know the Riverhawks. Not just Fitzgerald, we mentioned earlier. They got Allensworth and Sarai Weaver that really can cause you real problems on the block.
Absolutely.
And the second half underway. Armstrong with the basketball. Emma Paul, and I don't know my password. Nice pass, kind of leading Fitzgerald like a quarterback leads a receiver there, and Fitzgerald tracks it down, puts it up. She's fouled and looking to make a 3-point play, the only way you could do it back when I played.
Yeah.
When they didn't have the 3-point line, thingy-majigger.
Thingy-majigger.
Back rim, no good. I guess if you want to pick apart one thing the Riverhawks have done here, really kind of gone kind of 1 for 2, it seems like,
they're
every
kind of
trip.
50-50 right now.
But otherwise, they've been very impressive. We get an opportunity. That ball's out of play. And again, both these teams play in Class 5A, but different sections. I want to say that Gateway's Section 3, if I'm not mistaken. I'm about to look this up right now. They are Section 1. I apologize. Yeah, they are, again, having a tough year. Coming to this game 4-17. As Yancey front rim, no good. Rebounded by the Gators. Nice drive there, but what a strip by Yancey. I feel like you turned away. You thought it was already kind of over. You kind of gave up on the play there.
Well, I was going to give her name Grotto, but with the steal there.
I think you're right with
there
Grotto.
There she is again.
Yeah, she's been
definitely the most consistent player.
Yeah, and a couple really nice moves. There's a foul by Bella Yancey. She wanted the tie-up, but Stripes is going to say that the arm was grabbed. I want to thank, speaking of Bella Yancey, her mom, a wonderful photographer, Nickel Ann Photography. Make sure you check them out there. She did the beautiful shots that you see on the wall there of the Armstrong seniors.
Yeah, she did a great job with those.
Yeah, they're always fantastic. And I always tell this story that when I first made that commercial you saw that appeared a little bit ago, I got pretty much full access as Fitzgerald takes the dump down.
Gosh.
She's just dominating right now in the post as Fitzgerald. But when I was given access to all of those photos that she provided me, I mean, it was just amazing to see some of the stuff that she did. Just how accurate, how, pictures are lifelike. They're pictures, but they're just so sharp. Nice job of drawing the foul there was Grado. Grotto? Grado? You sticking with Grado?
I don't know. I'll stick with Grotto.
Grado. I think it's Grado. Hold on. Jake's going to say it.
The suspense.
Grado. I'm going to stick with Jake Canish on this one.
All right.
As Grado, the lefty, able to knock it in. Make sure you stay with us after this one. The Armstrong boys will be facing off against the Indiana Indians. Not little anymore, if you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
They're full-sized. They're not little. That was removed. Which is amazing that that nickname even exists. But
we're not going there.
That's neither here nor there. Rebound there by the Gators in their green uniforms, Logan.
All right, they're green. Fine.
They're 100%. Yeah, there's never any question.
I won't argue it because I don't trust my eyes. But I would like to get a better look after this game.
And let's just say that if a World War III broke out, they would be trying to find me like they did Ted Williams to fly some fighter missions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you really put yourself out there with this broadcast.
I'm telling you.
You're going to be on the
my
front
eyes,
lines.
I'm not going to lie, my eyes are actually great. Ask my friends. I'm always like the guy that can find like a golf ball from a million miles away in like high grass. Nice shot there by.
That was a nice shot.
Is that Grado? Want to say?
It might have been.
So, nice job there. Again, a silver lining for the Gators.
Yeah, she's played really well.
Yancey pulled another three.
She's up to 11.
She joins Kyla Fitzgerald in double figures. And if I were to tell you that Armstrong had 2 players in double figures and neither of them were Emma Paul, I think you'd think I was lying.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm not. I'm not fibbing. Thing and noticing here, Gateway kind of running through its offense a little bit more.
Yeah, like they're taking their time.
A little bit of helter-skelter there at moments. Nice step back.
Wow.
Thought that was going to be good as Mackenzie Flick, a nice board down low. Senior entered the game in the last stoppage. 3:27 left here in the third quarter of this WPIAL Class 5A non-section girls matchup. The regular season conclusion. Flick stops, comes back the other way. That was a nifty little move there.
That was a nice
Looked
one.
like she was going to go reverse, comes to a stop, and
too.
comes back around. She had me fooled. And a nice shot from the top of the arc, a 3 there. There's a 30-second timeout called to get some subs into the game. But I want to take another opportunity to thank another one of our terrific sponsors. That, of course, tonight's scoreboard sponsor, UFP Parker. UFP Parker, LLC, is a manufacturer of wood products, which are key in everyday life. UFP's products are wide-ranging, including treated lumber, trusses, building components, concrete forming materials, and industrial packaging. They need people like you, does UFP, to keep growing. Working there, you'll find coworkers who treat you like family, people who have your best interests in mind and heart and make your career goals a priority. So again, if you're looking for a change in career, a new career opportunity, and when I say career, I mean career, not just a job, check out UFP online at ufpi.com. Find that careers tab and see what possibilities there are for you at UFP Parker. After the timeout, Riverhawks, their 30-point lead with the basketball. 2:45 left here in the third quarter. Joe Rhodes, Logan Badek bringing you the call here between Gateway and Armstrong. Del Yancey, nice little hesitation, goes baseline, throws up the shot, and good. Absorbs some contact there, no call, but still able to, again, absorb it enough and get it up and in. So nice bucket there by the younger Yancey.
Nice to see her get on the board.
You know, really were worried about her early on. She had that injury that kind of looked bad.
It did.
Things were looking kind of grim, and man, there she is tonight starting. So really nice, nice break for the Riverhawks there, having her services here at this stage of the season. 2 minutes left here, third quarter, 48-16 your score. We'll say this is the most productive quarter we've seen from Gateway. So
yeah, they've doubled their score.
So whatever was discussed at halftime certainly proving to have an impact. Maybe they listened to our Ted Williams talk.
Maybe.
It was tuned out, put on High Top Sports Network, learned a little thing or two about shooting down planes over the Pacific and hitting dingers.
It's quite the combo.
I mean, how many? There's only a few handful of people that can say they did that.
Oh, let's think about this.
If you ever watch my, are you a fan of the movie The Natural?
Oh, I love that movie.
It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, baseball movie. And I said to Josh, I like breaking light bulbs. And Josh, because we did a question and answer. It's on YouTube. You can go see it. It was kind of learning about me. And it's a question and answer. And Josh, I said, I like breaking little light bulbs. And Josh said, what, like with dingers? I said, no, like little hammers. And I cut to an SNL clip that I was referring to when I said that. So I've never broken any light bulbs with dingers in my life, I can say.
I wish.
I think I had one career home run when I played in high school. So
I'm hoping to get my first this year.
Definitely, I lucked into mine.
Really?
A hanging breaking ball, and it just sat breaking ball. And
those are always the best swings, though.
Ooh, nearly a carry. Nice fake by Yancey, goes up. Good defense, though. Nice rebound, another opportunity. Flick's going to put it up. She's fouled. She's going to go to the line. And have a chance here to add to the Armstrong lead. Have a pair of free throws, and the clock continues to roll here. Pretty much going to conclude the quarter. 48-16. But they're going to let that clock run the whole way down and buzz in the middle of the shot. But they do stop it at 10 seconds. Of course, the running clock in effect.
So it is 30.
Indeed. 6 seconds remain here in this third quarter. Going backdoor in traffic, though, and it's going to deflect off a Riverhawk and go out of bounds. But the running clock rolls to 0, and that concludes the third quarter here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School here on High Top Sports Network. Your score, Armstrong 49, the Gators 16. Logan,
Let's see, what do we got for this third quarter here? So Gateway had 8 and Armstrong had 10.
Wow. So that was, again, one of the more effective quarters that Gateway certainly had. I mean, there's no question about it, I think, at this point. But, those little adjustments. And that's if you're a coach and your team's responding, to what you're telling them at halftime, that's, again, another nice takeaway if you're the Gateway coaching staff.
Absolutely. So, wow, we lied. I was wrong. Jake Canish is, in fact, playing Sweet Caroline.
What do you think? He was deviating off the soundtrack?
No, I thought he was going to hold it for the boys' game. I didn't know if he was going to play it more than once tonight.
Oh, it's going to get played multiple times.
That is going to be so annoying.
You said it, not me.
Listen, I love a good Neil Diamond song. But there's only so many times I can listen to it.
I mean, I am of the belief that certain songs like that and like Seven Nation Army, is that it? By the
yeah,
that gets played too much. There's certain songs that just get played too much.
Yeah.
So, again, I digress. It is now the fourth quarter. I'm sorry I didn't change that over there. But fourth quarter now underway. Grado, nice drive there, using that left hand on the right side, but gets it to go. So, certainly a different-looking Gateway team here in the second half, Logan.
Yeah, they're coming out hot.
Yeah, just getting to the basket with some
urgency and
taking good
real
passes.
aggression.
Yeah, and not missing good opportunities. And they had a couple good opportunities in the first half that we spoke of, but just weren't able to capitalize on them.
Yeah.
Certainly, wronging that, or righting that wrong, excuse me. Here, Mellish tries to get that across. Looked like she was going to take that up and shoot it, and at the last moment decides to try to dish it off, and as a result, turned over. Shot no good. A lot of traffic there, and it's going to stay with the Gators. One of those rare mascots. We live in a climate that experiences all four seasons, so we don't have the same mascots that a Florida high school, for instance, would have. There are no sharks here.
A lot of birds and
a lot of birds,
insects up here,
mammals,
wildcats
and
sabers,
and things of the sorts. The bobcats and panthers.
We got
horses.
Well, you were a stinger.
I was a stinger. Yeah, I was a bee. I was an insect. We weren't actually the bee. Okay, I had to correct myself there. We weren't the bee. We were just the stinger.
Yeah.
Just the butt end.
That's what I don't know.
We weren't the whole bee.
I don't know how much you keep in touch with your alma mater, but
my what?
Like your old school.
Oh, do I follow them? I mean, they're in the Heritage Conference. We cover the Heritage Conference basketball.
How well you know the kids?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, they were being born whenever I was graduating.
I know, but I don't know how often you talk to.
Oh, none. I know not enough. I did get to see Marion Center play this year.
Yeah.
Young group.
I got a couple buddies there. One of them being Parker Black.
Shout out to Parker Black.
Big football player. But he played on an old travel baseball team of mine, and we always called him the Stinger.
It's a rare mascot.
It is.
I don't think there's another Stinger in the state of Pennsylvania.
It's a good thing to look up. We'll have to look into that.
Well, I told you, I think the Armstrong is the only blue and orange team in the WPIAL.
Yeah, that's right.
The Stinger just down Route 85, a short little drive. Nice shot there by Grado again. She's been really nice in getting to the basket and finishing.
She has.
She's up to 12 points. So really a different-looking Gateway team. If they would have played like this out of the gates, it would be a more interesting score than what you see. But
yeah,
not the case, unfortunately, for the team from Gateway. That one tipped out of bounds. It looked like it went off the hands of number 3, Jayla Oliver. So he'll stay here with the Riverhawks. Another question. I feel like I knew the answer to this, but Armstrong, I think they had different options, obviously, for color variations.
I know there was
and
one
mascots.
with green.
Yeah, what were those?
I
know there's somebody out there. What were the options for the color variations? What were the mascot options? At least you guys did your fellow in-district mates out of West Shamokin. They decided to just go with wolves, which that's not a bad one. It's not bad, but just black and gray. It's like a lack of color. And don't get me wrong. I love my friends out at West Shamokin. They're good people.
Oh, they're awesome.
Has that nice little bucket there going baseline was number 30, Mia Johnson. Johnson's up to 5 points. But, yeah, a little bit of color is nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, Allensworth's going to pull it from downtown. Callie Allensworth
That
in
was
the
a
corner.
three?
It
Wow.
was indeed.
That's kind of like
Jim
Rodman in the finals against
that was
was
the
that
most-
Utah?
Yeah, yes. Or no, I was at Seattle? Was it Sonics?
I think it was Utah because it was like the same time that him and Malone had that big trip up.
Oh, yeah, and they kept tripping over each other
Yeah.
on purpose. Eventually, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Coach Caliper just made me laugh really hard on that because if you watched his face and the way he shook his head, it was so sincere.
Yeah.
Just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Hey, she made it.
But you know what? Armstrong's shooting today, we've said it,
It's on point.
Yeah, we've said it enough. You've probably heard it enough, but their shooting has been awesome. Their shooting percentage has probably been pretty excellent, all things considered, particularly from behind the arc. And Allensworth, an unlikely candidate to add to that trend, certainly did there.
Yeah.
It's got to be her first 3 of the year, right?
Oh, I'd assume so.
Grado puts up a 3 of her own, rattles out, no good. Second chance opportunity. And she'll go to the line. Will number 24, good number. Jamela Bailey. Again, make sure you stay tuned. After this one, we'll have the Armstrong boys. Their final game of 2022-23. They welcome the Indiana Indians. Not little anymore.
Nope.
Got to make that clear. Wonder how they decided that. Like,
Is that
we're
this year
taking
they
the
changed
little
it?
out of it. Yeah, I did the Armstrong Indiana football game. Was brought to my attention, and I thinking, well, what took you so long? That knocked down. 1 for 2 was, aforementioned number 24, Jamela Bailey. Yeah, so they originally were the Little Indians because that's a jump ball. But they were originally called the Little Indians because IUP, their original mascot was the Indians.
Yeah.
And then they moved to like the Bears, I want to say, for like this very short period of time. And apparently they just decided, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
So then that's when they finally changed to the Crimson Hawks, in which
I like that name.
a nice play in transition, nice little bounce pass from. Called her name quite a few times. Number 30, Johnson, finding, I believe that was number 3, Jayla Oliver, for the bucket. Down to the final 1 minute and 24 seconds left in this one. A dominating performance by Armstrong for much of this contest, Logan. And they're doing all the things you want to see done right.
Yeah.
In a game that basically is the last one that'll count for your on your schedule. But again, we'll imagine that Coach Caliper and the Armstrong.
I assume he'll work something in.
Yeah. I think you can't play another team though. There's a rule. I'm trying to remember what it is. I don't believe you're allowed to play another playoff-bound team though.
That makes sense.
Which kind of strange though, because obviously you're going to want get good.
Obviously, you want
competition.
to play, but just getting a game-like feel in general, I would assume was going to help them.
Nice shot there. Off
was a nice
balance
one.
was Mia Johnson. So again, a very strong second half. Give Gateway credit. They
They didn't quit. They
did not
They
quit.
didn't just let this game kind of die out.
reach in there. And we're down to 20 seconds. The clock's still rolling. A lot of takeaways, but Armstrong continuing the trend, I think, Logan, that just looking at the box score and knowing what you know about them, continuing, and that is they are peaking at the right time, playing good basketball here in February when it certainly matters the most.
Absolutely.
And that's your final score here tonight. The Riverhawks triumph over the Gateway Gators in their green uniforms, 52-29 here on High Top Sports Network. So we got to give away our player of the game. That is Nicola Ann Photography player of the game. Yep. Again, make sure you check Nicola Ann Photography out online. Again, rated one of the top photographers in Western PA by the Post-Gazette. Make sure you check her out online. I think it's just nicolaann.com if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that's
Nikki,
right.
Or you can give her a call at 724-388-8949 and talk to her yourself. But you also can find her on Facebook at Nicola Ann Photography, or Nicola Ann, NIKKALAANNE.com, and check out her awesome work. If I have any reasons to take pictures, I know who I'm going to for sure.
Absolutely.
But who would you say is your Nicola Ann Photography player of the game?
I'd have to go with Kyla Fitzgerald.
I don't
think there's much question there.
I would agree with you there. I think she was kind of the focal point. That really helped her become, I think, player of the game. But it's one thing for your team to pass it to you. It's another thing to convert those opportunities.
Yeah, really
and
capitalize on it.
Yep, she was sharp tonight and putting herself and really letting the passers, putting them in a good position, because she was creating a good target, helping find a good lane and.
Let's zoom in on this.
I'll let Jake Canis take it over. I was just wondering why that hoop was down.
I was going to ask you, but
so funny.
Canish kind of announced it, but I was waiting to ask you.
So before we wrap that up, congratulations to Callie Allensworth, tonight's Nicola Ann Photography Player of the Game.
You said Fitzgerald.
Well, I was going to say Callie Allensworth.
Yeah.
Sorry. The whole team gets it. They're all second chance. We'll give it to everybody. No, we'll give it to Kyla. Kyla definitely deserved it. Although, really, the forwards did feast tonight.
They had an amazing game.
There's your player of the game. We owe Kyla a sweatshirt from last year. I keep forgetting it every time it's at Gross Embroidery, who was made some stuff for High Top Sports Network, but we need to go pick that up because Kyla won a player of the game last year.
Yeah.
And that poor girl still does not have her hoodie. We got to get that to her.
There's a bunch of T-shirts sitting right back there that we could go give her.
Yeah, we should do that. We'll find her. Maybe she'll check out the boys' game. It's so hard for us to lead in. Although I would like to get our remote camera working.
Yeah.
We have a remote camera.
Is it working?
No. I was trying to tell you that, but you were too busy. One thing about you, I'm going to tell the folks, taking behind the curtain. When you eat, I've known people like this. You're just invisible. You don't hear anything. You're eating. Of course, you should be. You just came from baseball.
I had a rough day. It's been a very long day.
I was talking to you, and you were just in a different stratosphere, my man.
You're giving the people too much intel.
Yeah, don't talk to him when he's eating.
I didn't even realize that.
Don't do it. Don't try it.
If you'd have never told me that, I would have never known you were trying to talk to me.
Is that commonplace for you? You do not. Because I actually knew. I'm not going to name any names here, but I went to high school. I was good friends with a young man whose family, they would just not talk when they ate.
Really?
It was very strange for me, who obviously I like to talk.
I talk when I eat, but
yeah, they wouldn't. It was like sacrilegious.
Silence. Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah.
No, it's.
I felt bad even complimenting the meal one time. I was like, "This is lovely. This roast beef is mighty delicious," and everybody's just chomping away.
Wow. No, I don't know. I think the practice was long. I was having a little headache and just had to get some food in my system.
Yep. And all your communication skills were just absolutely non-existent.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Oh no, you're good, man.
It slipped up.
You're good. You're good.
Hey, they're back on right now, so.
All right. Well, they're back on, but we're going to be back off. If that makes any bit of sense. We're going to take a break here, but make sure we have to change links as we're going to be doing the boys game here. Go to hightopsportsnetwork.com. You can find the link there. Hopefully we can get it up on Facebook if I can remember my Facebook password. So stay tuned while the boys game between the Armstrong Riverhawks and the Indiana Not So Little Indians when we return.